What's up, Canucks? How's it going, eh? How about our new PM? He's a shopaholic on a spending spree. What do we got here? There's a funny meme going around that lists the latest shopping he's done. 14 million to Indonesia, 12 million to Vietnam, 50 million to Africa. Even Bono recognizes that sending money to Africa ultimately makes it worse. You'd think Canadians would know this, the way we pour money at Aboriginals and it all stays in the top corrupt layer of chiefs and doesn't make it down to the actual people. When you pour money on a problem, it doesn't make it better. What do you think they're doing? Starting businesses? Oh, thank you for my money. 2.6 million to the UN. Wait a minute. I think it's 2.6 billion to the UN, by the way, meme. Check your numbers there. And he's committed 1.2 billion to Syrian refugees, and I believe the number of refugees is now up to 25,000. The guy is a kid in a candy store, and he doesn't understand math. We've got, as I said earlier, 10 million refugees. 25,000 is a totally relevant number. Devastating to Canada, but not relevant when you've got a 10 million person problem. And I think it's interesting to see that his first solution to Canada's problems is to spend more money. Because if there's one thing that should be clear to anyone who has eyeballs and ear holes, is the government has too much money. And nowhere is this more evident than with crime. When you talk about the mob, Quebec is run by the mob to this day. And what do they go for? Do they go for gambling? Not so much. Prostitutes? That's got to be money. It's a headache. What about drugs, gangs, rock machine? A little bit. It's not great. No, government. That's where the pot of gold is. Corrupt mafioso in Quebec and corrupt politicians here, the big money thieves, are going for the government because it's never ending what you can do there. You bid on a construction contract, you get what, $1 million to build a little post office, then you just keep overbidding and overbidding. You can do kickbacks. You refer lawyers. We got here in New York, we got Shel Silver. He just got caught stealing $5 million, and God knows how much other money referring this patient to this cancer doctor and this lawyer to this firm. Government is the best possible way to launder money because there's just so much excess. Anyone who's ever looked into look at sanitation in New York. Hey, Tony Soprano, it's a very difficult situation. They go for sanitation. They have too much money. Justin Trudeau's first job in office is to get the government more money. We need higher taxes, bigger debt, because it's not like the mob thinks that this is a great place and all criminals think that this is a wonderful place to make money from. It's not like it's a giant pot of money where it all but dictates you must steal it. The other phenomenally irritating thing about this young man's first month in office is his stupid cabinet with a Sikh and a brown guy, and we've got a 50% woman, and look, there's a guy in a wheelchair, and we've got two left-handed people, and we got a guy who walks backwards, and we have some cross-eyed people, and some with eczema, and we have an albino, and we have some with abnormally large ears. You don't see that every day. And when asked why, he goes, it's 2015, and the implication being, we all know that everything should be a pizza pie and represent the culture in general. Ergo, I'm doing it because it's time that that's done. And you go, how is that a given? I mean, you look at the Daily Show's writers, they seem predominantly white male. They've apparently gone for meritocracy. Are they kicking out a lot of black midgets who are blind? No, they're just trying to get the best jokes, and liberals don't seem to mind that. But when they see a political cabinet look like a pizza pie of different people, they go, that must be good. And the strange thing there is, the implication is that women should vote for women. Women should represent women. Handicapped people should represent handicapped people. Sikhs should represent Sikhs. It should all be racial, gender, capability driven, which is racist, sexist, and handicapist. And it also is saying, look, as we become more sort of compartmentalized, the way it's going in the West now is that Hispanics, whites, blacks will all sort of have equal numbers in about half a century. When that happens, Mexicans should vote for the Mexican guy and Somalis should vote for the Somalian guy. So in a sense, this diversity mongering is really encouraging divisiveness. because it's saying your group should vote for that group, and don't worry, we got a rep for your group in there. I don't want that. I'm a small government guy. I don't care what color, race, creed, what gender this politician is. I want them to be as unpolitician-y as possible. And you'll notice, by the way, they don't care what happens when it's sanitation. They don't want a Sikh and a handicapped person working in sanitation. In fact, sanitation is a great unifier of everything that is stupid about Justin Trudeau. The corruption in sanitation is proof that the government has too much money, and the lack of diversity in sanitation is proof that the diversity mongers are full of shit.